Hi everyone! Thank you for joining me on the 5-day challenge. It's amazing to have everyone here. I'm excited for us. I am excited for us to strengthen our connection with the Akashic records. And yeah, as I'm talking, this about me also, I will be strengthening my connection with the Akashic records with everyone by doing the exercise, doing all these challenges with everyone on every single day. Okay, so yes, without further ado, let's start on day one. And day one, the topic of today's is like knowing your own voice. Okay, to actually allowing yourself the space to know your own voice. Okay, so you might be wondering, why do we need to know our own voice when we are trying to connect with the Akashic records? Okay, or even if like want to connect with any spirit guides, any of the angels, anything, why do we need to know our own voice? Because without knowing your own voice, you will recognize what is your own voice and what is the others voices that you are hearing. Okay, so knowing your own voice is very, very, very important. If I have not stressed it out before, I'm going to stress it over here. It's like, know your own voice. Okay, so how do we know our own voice? Okay, there's about 5 things that you can connect, okay, to actually learn more about yourself. So firstly, okay, we can connect to our body physically. Okay, our body is a very smart, I will have to say, a smart vehicle, okay, that is housing our spirits. Okay, so our body is very smart. It has its own set of ways to tell us what it is feeling. Okay, what your body is feeling, what it is trying to tell you, because our body is constantly trying to tell us something, and it's not just about it's hungry or it is sleepy or it is thirsty. But yes, when you have those symptoms, feel free to sit down with your body and ask your body like, hey, I'm feeling this, and what's up? Are you just needing resources, like you're just needing any food and drink, or you're needing some sleep, or is it because you can also ask your body like, why are you feeling this way, especially if you're feeling exhausted for no reason. Okay, and you can actually sit with your body and just like, hi body, I know that you're exhausted and you're needing sleep. Can you tell me why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling so lethargic, or why am I feeling so exhausted even though I just wake up from my sleep? And your body is going to tell you what is going through, whether it's processing energy, whether it is having some wounds that is trying to heal, or anything. It will tell you whether it is matter of a physical matter, energetical matter, emotional matter, spiritual matter, mental matters. Okay, your body is your main vehicles, and communication with your body will help you to go so much further into being an intuitive. Okay, and second part, okay, get to know yourself mentally. Okay, this is tricky, I know, especially for a lot of people. We tend to overthink, we tend to overanalyze things. Okay, so mentally, how do we try to get to know ourselves on a mental basis, like get to know our thoughts? Journal it. Okay, or sit with yourself and let your thought tell you what it is thinking. You don't have to resonate or relate with your thoughts. You can just let it tell you what it is telling you, without relating to it in a way, like just observe the thoughts. Because as you observe your thoughts, you'll find out more about you. And of course, thought patterns is very, very important. Thought patterns is how it shape our life. Okay, if you have a thought patterns that is like, you presented something, okay, your thought patterns is like very positive, and when you're presented something, you will like, oh yes, celebrate, and then you go out to it and like go out with a more positive attitude. Okay, that would change your life drastically compared to if you presented something and you're just like going into that how to say, the rabbit hole that are telling you that everything is going to shit, da 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 da. Okay, mindset, that is something to do with mindset. Okay, the thought patterns is very important. Okay, and it is very important to consciously know our mindsets, our thought patterns, like, yeah, knowing them helps a lot. I kind of like having a hair, I think, on my face. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, thought patterns. Know yourself mentally. Sit with yourself, and it is also important to not judge yourself if you have kind of like a negative thought patterns. We all do. We all been there. We all slip back there every now and then. Okay, so don't judge yourself so harshly, and don't beat yourself up for having so-called negative thought patterns. It is okay. Just catch yourself doing it, and know that you can change your thought patterns. Okay, so yeah, that is mentally. And then emotionally, okay, our emotion, that's our feeling, what we are feeling. Our emotion is constantly telling us things as well. But most of the time when we have things surfacing up, like our feelings surfacing up, we were actually taught that to, hide or push back all the negative feelings that is coming up to us, or so-called those kind of feelings that causes shame and guilt for having, like sadness, like anger, like jealousy, envy. Okay, all these actually are just part of human feelings, and we are human. We are spiritual, but we are human, and regardless of what practice you do, you can't escape that. We still will have feelings, and that will mean that we still will have positive feelings where we are happy and cheerful and celebrate every single thing, and we can still have negative feelings where we are angry, where we are wanting to beat someone up, punish them, where we are actually jealous of another friend or something like that. It is normal. Don't shame yourself for having your feelings. Feeling your feelings is important, because feeling and admitting that to yourself, that allows you to get closer to you, and in that way, when you know your feelings, you healthily feel it and release it, this feeling is less likely to sabotage you in your life. Okay, so train yourself to know yourself emotionally. When you have a feeling, sit with yourself and like, I'm feeling this, and ask yourself, why are you feeling this? How true are this? Like, how true is this that you're feeling? And what can you do with it? Like, what can you do? Feelings are natural, okay? Emotion is the choice we make on dealing with those feelings. Whether we are acting according to our feelings, positive or negative, or whether we are choosing to release it, feel it and release it consciously. We always have that choice. Okay, and then come to spiritually. Our spirit is constantly trying to communicate with us every single day, every single second of the day, and it takes us to really sit down with ourselves, give ourselves quiet moment to feel that, to actually interpret all those energies that's coming to us. Not even energies, but just like messages, all those insight, clarities. We can only know them, we can only actually receive them and interpret them when we give ourselves silent moments to actually process them. Okay, so actually silent moment require to know yourself, every single part of yourself. Okay, so I'm going to talk about giving yourself silent moment, and that is on meditation, which is on day 4 if I'm not wrong. I want us to really start to know ourselves first before we go into so-called meditation. Okay, because but there is some tips about meditation, is that you don't have to quiet your own mind. You can meditate any time of the day, at any situation. You don't have to sit in silence, cross-legged and zen. No, meditation is actually getting to know ourselves. It's part of it. It's a big part of it. Okay, and you can do so by exercising, by just doing your house chore, anything at all. Some people meditate by playing game. Some people meditate by watching a TV. I know I do. Meditation come in different forms as well. So this is a brief one, a brief kind of like insight of what is going on day 4. But yeah, so yes, give yourself the silent moment. At the start, for the start, I would like everyone to really take out the silent moment. Yeah, you don't even have to do it long, maybe 1 minute per area, like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. 1 minute each to really check with yourself, how are you feeling? Okay, yeah. And energetically, okay, energetically is something that is very close related to physically, because a lot of time we feel energy physically, kind of like physically. It happens in my mind. Okay, I feel things, but it is not actual things that I'm feeling, if you get what I mean. So energetically, what are you feeling? Okay, what are you trying to tell yourself energetically? This has a lot to do with our class senses, and it will come in different form for everyone, because we all have our different class senses, whether you are clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairgustance, clairalience, and claircognizance. Okay, regardless, you will have one stronger than the other, and it's up to you to interpret what that feeling is trying to tell you, what the energy that you're feeling is trying to tell you. It's up to you to interpret. Okay, so yes, there is this very important part over here that I like to stress. Okay, is to dare to give yourself the permission to answer your own question. What are you feeling? What are you trying to tell yourself? Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. What are you trying to tell yourself? Give yourself the permission to write it down. Give yourself the permission to admit to yourself. Okay? Because the more you do, the more you will get to know yourself. We have to start answering our own questions. When we have questions, we should be the first person to turn to and ask, like, hey, I'm feeling this. What is this about? That will actually help you to gain more confidence moving forward when you are hearing voices from outside and so on. The more you know yourself, you gain more confidence to say that, hey, I hear this. Hey, I'm sensing this. Okay? Confidence also come with time, that come with practice, and come with, like, actual silent moment to know yourself. So yes, for the 5-day challenge, is only lasts for 5 days, but I will always I will always encourage everyone to constantly use this exercise over and over again and get to know themselves. Okay, so yes, now that we kind of like break down about the 5 areas that we can get to know ourselves, I also have some questions for us to ask ourselves. Okay, you can do this as a small exercise right now. You can do this every other day, or any day you feel like you have something new. Okay, I try to do this every 2 weeks or so. Okay, so to really get to know me and where am I right now, because yes, we are constantly evolving, we are constantly moving forward, and the answer to this question can change as we are moving forward. There's nothing wrong with changing the answer too. Okay, whether you have achieved the answer you have got or not. Okay, so the question, okay, I want everyone to take out a piece of paper and really write down for themselves. Okay, so the first question is, what do you want in your life? What do you want, or who do you want to be? Your desire, write them down. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's no judgment here. So anything that you feel, write it down. Okay, and yes, if you feel called to share on the Discord group chat, do so, and then we can have a discussion and have a play. I'm going to share mine later. Okay, so yes, what do you want? Okay, ask yourself loudly and dare yourself to answer them unapologetically. Answer them with your whole chest. What do you want? Who do you want to be? Okay, second question, why do you want it? What is the reason behind wanting that maybe you say you want to be an Akashic practitioner. Why do you want that? Is it because you think that's cool? Because you think that that is something that really will help other people? It doesn't have to be just one reason. You can have multiples, okay? And be honest to yourself. It doesn't have to be the big reason. It can be a selfish reason as well, and it's okay. It's okay to be selfish sometimes, okay? Don't judge yourself that harshly. We can want things because we just want it, and that's okay. You can want to be an Akashic practitioner just for recognition too. It's okay. Don't deny yourself, don't deny your feelings, don't deny all those desires you have, because the more you do, the harder you are to know yourself. Because when you like deny your feeling, you kind of like wrapping them in a thick layer of plastic and then put them somewhere hidden, and that will prevent us from further knowing ourselves. Okay, third question. Okay, how do you feel as you're thinking about what you want? Okay, so how do you feel is on all 5 areas. So check in with yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Check in with them. Spend 1 minute with each area and check in with them. Okay, you will feel something. You will definitely feel something, and there's no right or wrong answer too. Okay, if you feel fear, if you feel excitement, if you feel anything at all, if you feel like just because you want to win, you're competitive, it's all fine. We don't normalize feeling your feeling or origin. How's it? We don't normalize feeling our feeling organically enough. We have to, because when we are feeling our feelings organically, we are actually allowing ourselves to have honest conversation with us. You know how much our negative emotions, negative feeling can tell us or not? Our negative feeling, that sadness, that feeling of inconfidence, like incompetent, the feeling of jealousy, all of that, the anger, all of that, it teaches us a lot. There are lessons in those feelings. Okay, so take your time to know those feelings. There's nothing is wrong in this world. It's just a feelings. We kind of like put a lot of emphasis on someone to be a certain way, and then we have to bury our negative feeling. And personally, I think that is going to do more harm than good, especially in this spiritual community where we are all trying to heal. If we can't even be honest to ourselves, we can't even be honest about our own feelings, then what is the healing for? Okay, so that is the third question. Okay, ask yourself, how are you feeling when you're thinking about that? When you're thinking about what do you want, when you're thinking about why do you want it, how are you feeling? If you have guilt, you have shame, you have anything, write them down. Be honest with yourself. Okay, you can share it on group, or you can don't share it more good, it's okay. But I really hope this group will be a group where we are open and just be our raw self to play. Because when everyone can be raw, I can tell you this is going to be a powerful, life-changing 5-day challenge for everyone. Okay, so 4th question. Okay, what are you hoping to gain from having said either item, said journey, or experience after you have gotten it? Like, just visualize yourself after you have gotten it. What would you gain? What are you hoping to gain from it? Okay, so are you hoping to gain a sense of achievement, which is nothing wrong? A sense of recognition, again, nothing wrong. Whether you aim to gain monetary achievement, nothing wrong. Okay, or gratitude from others, nothing wrong. So we all, when we want something, we will have a push for that desire. Okay, we will have the reason, like what do we want to gain, what do we hope to gain with that. Be honest with yourself. Okay, and yes, The last question is that, is this still something you want after you have go through all this question? Is this still something you want? Does the question help you to strengthen your desire or lessen the desire? Or after all these questions, you find that you actually feel that, hey, I'm actually wanting something else. That is fine too. Okay, changing your mind is amazing, it's perfect. Okay, so allow yourself to have that permission. Give yourself that permission to change your mind. Okay, so yeah, there's a 5 question. I'm looking forward to see everyone's answer in the group chat, and I'm going to share mine as well. And later on, I'll be going on to YouTube and have live chat. And then if you guys want to discuss this, if you guys want to share anything, you have any question, okay, let's come online and just discuss and chat. Okay, so looking forward to see everyone here and play with everyone. I'm excited, so see you soon. Bye.